Warning guys, I was a little bit loud in this video, so you might want to turn your volume down a little bit, and I'll be putting chapters down below in the comments or description, so you can just skip ahead to whichever spell more interests you. Unless you want to see them all, then enjoy the video. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be going over the level 1 through 5 spells for the Necromancy subclass of Wizard. It took me just over... So I finished the starting area and then just walked like through the path right here to the monastery. And I was level 5 actually before I got here, but I knew there would be some enemies up here for me to test the spells out on to show you guys what all they can do. So, I'm going to level up real quick and then we'll start showcasing the spells. Alright guys, I am finished leveling up. So we're going to go in here and fight some kobolds. Pretty easy targets for this. So first we're going to go over False Life, which is super simple. It temporarily gives you 7 hit points, and the more you increase it, the more hit points it gives you through your level 1 through 3 spell slots, which at level 5 we've got 4 level 1 slots, 3 level 2 slots, and 2 level 3 slots. So super simple spell. Right now I'm at 32 plus 7, so I temporarily have the extra 7 hit points. That one, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, it could be really useful in a battle. Then we will go over Ray of Sickness, which is also a level 1 necromancy spell, which can deal 2d8 poison damage, and can possibly poison them for 2 turns. It's a blast up to 18 meters. Alright guys, so I will show you again with the Ray of Sickness. I'll show you a second blast of it. So you can go up to level 1, 2, or 3. It adds a d8 for every one you go up to. Base is 2d8. But, you know, if I go up to this, 72% chance right here, because he's too close, otherwise it would probably be higher. So let's see how... It just shoots a blast. Pretty simple. Kills him. You know, whatever. But, okay, we're going to go on Bone Chill Necromancy Cantrip, which you can get when the game starts. So it's going to deal 2 to 16 damage, range 18 attack roll. It will give them a debuff that prevents them from healing for 1 turn, and if it's an undead target, it receives disadvantage on attack rolls. But it gives you 2d8 necrotic damage. This is 100% hit chance because he's sleeping, so... Pretty simple, really good cantrip, really nice debuff with the no healing, stuff like that, so... But we will move on to another spell. So we are going to go up to the level 2 spells, because I am done with the level 1, because just had the False Life and Ray of Sickness, already showed you the cantrip too. So we're going to go up to the level 2 spells, which Ray of Enfeeblement and Blindness. Blindness is pretty simple. It limits the foe's sight range. It is also easier to hit them, and the creature will miss more often. Also, as you increase the spell level with your spell slots, you get an additional target with this, so it can actually be really good to hit 2 targets with Blindness. 1 saved it, 1 became blind, so he is going to be a lot easier to hit right there, that one.
That kobold reeks of spirits. Fire could be explosive.
Alright, so this one right here is blind. 80% compared to... Let's move here. It's fine, I'll take the hit to show you. 96% with advantage compared to 80% for blinding them. Which is... That's insane. 96% chance with advantage. Like, I'm not missing. One shot at the Cobalt. I mean, he only has 9 health, but it's besides the point. The blindness can be a really good utility spell. It can also help with your other people in your party to hit, you know, archer shots or other spells, just because it makes them easier to hit. If you're against, like, low amount of foes, but might be a little bit stronger, if you get the blindness off, it's going to be harder for them to hit you. Obviously, you'll be able to hit them harder. But let's go on to Ray of Enfeeblement. Ray of Enfeeblement can be used as a level 1 or a level 2, or I'm sorry, a level 2 or a level 3 spell. It weakens a foe. They deal half damage with weapons and attacks using strength. And when you put it up to level 2, or I'm sorry, when you put it up to level 3, casting a spell at a higher level doesn't grant any additional benefits. So it doesn't do anything extra. So it would be completely pointless to cast this at a higher level. I mean, it's a super simple spell. Not a lot of these necromancy ones are too complex or anything like that. It's a lot of buffing or debuffing spells and then damaging spells. Nothing too complex. See, it doesn't even wake him up. It doesn't really... It's not an aggravating spell. Obviously missed that dude, though. I'll show you the first of our level 3 spells that we're going to go over, which is going to be Bestow Curse, which has a lot of different variants here. So you can either Bestow Curse, Constitution disadvantage. Curse a creature with its touch that suffers disadvantage on Constitution checks and save throws. You can Bestow Curse Dread, which if fills the creature with dread, possibly stopping its turn. You can Bestow Curse Additional Damage, which will give you a D8 necrotic damage. Your attacks and spells within a... It gives whoever you bestowed that onto an additional D8 on top of their attacks or spells. Bestow Curse Attack Disadvantage. Has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Charisma Disadvantage. Suffers disadvantage against charisma checks or saves. Disadvantage Wisdom. Disadvantage Intelligence. Disadvantage Strength. And disadvantage Dexterity, which is the same as these other ones. It just gives you disadvantage against checks and save throws of that type. So I'm not really going to display it, because these are all just curses and stuff like that that you can do. Or, this one's actually a buff. All these other ones are debuffs. This one, you could stop something from doing its turn, possibly, and make it scared. But this one right here is also really good, too. So you could put this on someone else that's on your team that can do, like, multiple attacks or actions in a turn to try to proc this as many times as possible. But, let's move on to another spell. So we're going to show Vampiric Touch, which is the only damaging level 3 spell that you get by hitting level 5 for Necromancers. So it is a melee touch spell that will give you 3d6 necrotic damage. And it will touch an enemy and siphon their life force, and you regain half as much damage as dealt. So let's wake everybody up.
That kobold mix experience. Fire could be explosive.
We'll let him get close to me here, so I can show you that. I mean, it's super basic. You hit them with a death grip, essentially. And you're going to heal. If I deal 8 damage, I'll heal 4. If I deal 12, I'll heal 6. Super simple. Nothing too overly complicated or anything like that. Man, they are just beating me here. Alright, so we'll go to our level 3 spells. Vampiric Touch. 80% chance. Dealt 10 damage. Killed it. I healed 5. Super simple. Vampiric Touch right here. Recast Vampiric Touch without expending a spell slot. For 10 turns. So right over here, I can recast these. It will take up my action, but it's not going to take up my spell slot, which is super, super good. Like, if you wanted to make, like, a melee siphon type thing, like, that's awesome. Plus, your other level 3 spells, between the Reanimate, which is going to be the last thing I'm going to show because it'll take a little bit longer. See, so now you gain Recast instead of just Vampiric Touch, and down here at the bottom of that spell, you can see where it says level 3 spell spot for Vampiric Touch. No longer says that for the recast. So for 10 turns, I can just keep casting this, dealing 3d6 necrotic damage and healing. I mean, that's super good. But we are going to go on to the last spell that we are going to go over for Necromancy levels 1 through 5. And that's going to be to Reanimate Dead, which is probably why everyone is playing a Necromancer to begin with. Actually, sorry guys, really quick. Before we do the Reanimate, there's actually one more spell to do. I forgot all about it. Feign Death. So what it's going to do is put your guy into a coma, essentially. Put an ally in a protective coma. They become resistant to all damage except psionic damage. Or psychic damage. Disease and poison have no effect on them anymore if they're in the coma, but they don't become immune to the damage, just resistant, so you can put them on the ground if you don't want them to die. Except for psychic damage, so I'll go up and do it to my wolf dude. Alright, super simple spell. But let's show you the Reanimate, which is literally, if you're playing a Necromancer, you're probably playing it for this. Alright, so we have Reanimate Dead, which is a level 3 Necromancy spell. Has a 3-meter range. Must target a small or medium corpse. So you can either turn it into a zombie, or you can turn it into a skeleton. It will only recharge after a long rest. So we'll show the skeleton first, which is a ranged. Even though that was a cobalt, it turned into a little human skeleton, so it doesn't really matter what you're hitting it on. But he's got a bow. Makeshift bow that has 1d6 plus 3 pierce and 1d10 necrotic damage. You know, it's pretty decent. You know, if you don't have any, if your party is heavy on melee stuff, you know, you can summon an archer here, which, you know, you just saw me hit 2 of them right there. He obviously missed that guy, but it's not too bad. Alright, just show you some more attacks here. So he can also, has an unarmed strike. It literally only does 1 damage though, so don't even bother. It's better to just shoot, even at close range. %, disadvantage because he's so close to me. You know, basic archer stuff. But, you know, this does quite a bit of damage. It's actually pretty good. He's got 19 health. It's not too bad. Can examine him here. He has poison resistance because he's undead. Damage against this is entirely nullified. Undead are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage by the... Or, not undead, but skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, so if they have hammers or something like that, it's going to deal double damage to them. So have attack of opportunity, and he can't be disarmed. And here's the stats for him right here. He has +3 dexterity check, actually. AC of 11. Here's some other stats if you guys want to look through them. But there's all the stuff right there. He has a +3 initiative, 9 movement, dark vision up to 12. He's undead, size medium. Proficiencies with, you know, basic stuff. Minus proficiency on everything except for +3 on dexterity. But let's go on to the zombie. Oh, we are going to reanimate here again on this dead kobold I killed earlier to make him into a zombie, which is a melee specialist unit. Disgusting little zombie, you know. More HP than the skeleton. He has 22. Can examine him. He only has an AC of 8, though. He has a lot lower AC. I think the skeleton had 11, if I remember right. He has plus 3 to strength checks, because he has 16 strength, which is actually pretty good, and 16 constitution, which is also pretty good. Once again, completely immune to poison damage, because they're undead. He also has undead fortitude. If the killing blow wasn't a critical hit and wasn't radiant damage, this undead comes back to life with 1 health. Which is dope. If it wasn't critical and wasn't radiant damage, this undead comes back to life with 1 health. He has plus... He would have -2 because his wisdom is terrible, but he's got +2 because of proficiency. But show you the other stats here if you guys want to look through it, if it's ever relevant. Race zombie, haha. He has -2 initiative, though, so he is going to pretty much be going last all the time. Which is fine, you're just going to use him as a little meat shield. Proficiency in literally nothing. And the only thing he has plus in save throws is strength. +3 in strength throws, so... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He also has +3 in constitution. Everything else is a minus. Wisdom is a net 0 because of a proficiency. But let's go see what he can do in combat. So the only thing he can do is slam, which is 2d6 +3 bludgeoning damage. It's really nice that you're going to get at least 5 damage out of this. And if you hit a target with your bare fists and infects it with the crawling gnaw. So for 1 turn, I'll show you if it doesn't kill it. Okay, it killed it. Of course it did. But it spreads the zombie virus is what it does. So that's now an AI-controlled zombie. I can't control him. Which is actually super insane. So, okay, so he's a newborn zombie now, so. I like the skeleton archer a lot for if you need range damage, but like this is awesome. Like this is why we're playing a necromancer, right? Is for zombies, undead. And I can sit here and spread zombie viruses around. Like, that is insanely cool. Obviously, he got killed because he's only got 10 health, and there's 14 enemies in here, but... See, he's pretty tanky, like... Look at all the damage and punishment he just took. Oh, I got 1 health left. Here, I'll reload it and show you again, because it's pretty awesome. We're gonna make our zombie again. This time I think I'm actually gonna go in there with him to try to distract to see like we'll spread the zombie virus around here. So we'll get our wolf to come in with us and me.
I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
100% hit rate right here. Let's put the wolf in here to try and distract them. So he will also have... Why can't I click him? Is it because it's... That zombie has a lot less health because it's a newborn zombie. Okay, so let's...
Fire can be explosive.
Try and keep these alive here. I mean, I'm gonna spend the most time doing this because this is just way too awesome. We're gonna put him down to absolute kill range to spread our zombie virus a lot further. He has already went, because it's still the same combat part. It's AI controlled here. I don't know why he dashed. And he had a Cobalt standing literally right next to him. Not really sure why he did that. He got killed because he's stupid. We'll take up one of our spell slots here to heal. But you can see in combat, if you got a bunch of enemies, and you can distract the enemies to spread this virus, like, you know, you can really turn even like a really outnumbered battle into something that's way more doable. He missed. Of course he did.
It comes easy these days.
On the next turn, I will actually just try to reanimate another corpse to see how far... Actually, no. Don't do that. I think you can only have one at a time that are actually controlled. We're gonna find out right now. I actually haven't tried to do that yet. Okay, I did that so I could see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to hit this guy first. Alright, spawn another zombie. Dude, that is way too cool. I can't get over that. That is so awesome. Okay, so with her, I'm going to... I'm almost certain this will get rid of my zombie. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be so happy. Target cannot reanimate target. I think it's because I'm in combat, actually. We're just going to go through this whole combat scenario here and check out how awesome this is. Let's see, are you going to go and actually attack here? What the heck? I believe that zombie also has the same thing, too. Yeah. So he can also spread it, the little AI dude.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Just a forever tank here. He can just keep healing himself, change back, heals him again, you know. Spread our zombie virus here. How far can he jump? Wow, he can actually jump really far. That makes no sense. See, doesn't take any poison damage. Wasn't sure if that would heal him. In some things it heals. I don't think in D&D it heals, but in some things it heals. Ow. Why did that explode? try to kill that one. Dude, I love this so much.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. May the gods take you first.
I missed. See, can I get my bear
Let's go.
up there? See, can I kill this one? Okay. I want to see what happens to these when the battle's over. I'm pretty sure they're just going to disappear, but...
Can't stay idle.
Oh! Oh my god, guys.
Time to press ahead.
Are they decaying? Is that what's happening here? They are. They're decaying. So if you can hurry up and get into another battle. My original one is not decaying, but these other ones are. I think it's because they're newborn. Let's see, what is newborn zombie? Zombies from the crawling gnaw cannot last. They take 1 necrotic damage each turn and follow the zombie that infected them. So he's actually their leader, technically. But that is sick. That is so cool. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be doing another video for this for the more mid-game spells. Level 5 is still a little bit down the road if you're just starting a character, but I still wanted to showcase the Animate Dead, because that's what everyone's really going for when they're trying to play this type of thing, so... Oh, you can also speak with undead, too, or speak with dead.